Hello. Easy, messy.
It's like the head will go anywhere except where it's supposed to, right? All right, this one's hungry.
Oh.
So strong. All right. You ready? Yeah. Let's get these guys out. They ought to be nice and mad now.
Oh.
Why are you shaking so much? I hope there's stabilization on that picture. This is how I do it, and if you don't like it, don't come over here. It's time to clean some snakes. We got some dirty, poopy snakes. Mama Lav has really messed up her enclosure, and so she's got to go in the bath. And then the rattlesnakes, it's time to clean their enclosures. So they're going to go in the buckets while we clean the enclosures. So stay tuned. Let's see how this goes. She just ate a huge rooster. She can't be that hungry. So one thing that's important with if you're going to bathe the reptile is that you want the water to be the same temperature as the snake. She was at a really nice 78 degrees. This water is 82 degrees, so I need to drop it 4 degrees. You ready for this?
I'm a little nervous.
So the photo period is much longer now, and it stays daylight until like 7:30 now. And so what that does with the reticulated python is it makes them hungry. And so she's hungry all the time. All right, come on.
All right, going to door number 2.
Close your mouth.
What's the read of the room right now? Hello. I think we still have some problems currently. Easy, Nessie. Go. Tail coming down. Caught on the rock up top a little bit. There you go.
Glad I'm not going on a date with my wife, because I smell like snake poop.
Here's a lid for you when you're ready. I love how, like, after all that, you're like, here, let me just wash my hands in the water real quick before I seal it up now.
I'm not scared of her.
Well, I know you're not. From a handling situation, would you rather handle her up high or down low, or does it really not matter to you?
Oh, it does matter. It's way easier to handle them when they're low. Way easier. Because when you're up high, you've got her right in your face. And so
True.
It's uber easy to get a face bite, which I would so hate. Plus, my wife would really be mad.
Yeah.
Like, I'd take the bite. That wouldn't be no big deal, but I'd have to tell Bonnie, or she would see it, and that's going to be worse than the bite. Because she'll beat me.
Definitely going to blame me partly, too, no matter what.
Oh, yeah, you're a great scapegoat now. I blame everything on you. Like everything. We need to get the rattlesnakes out. All the professional rattlesnake handlers that you will see, they'll use snake hooks to move their snakes out. It's only what they do for the camera. I personally use a nice padded set of tongs. It's a lot easier, it's a lot safer. I think it's easier on the snakes. Can these hurt? These can't, because we took the pin out right here to make it looser so that it doesn't squeeze down as hard. It makes it loose and loosey-goosey. You can't hurt something like that.
Just a nice row of milk ropes.
Yep, let's work with this one first. This one's hungry. This one is what I consider the jumper. This one totally can jump out.
Taking the whole boot.
Okay, she's comfortable inside the boot, so.
You want to give people your famous line?
There's a snake in my boot. Alright, this one's not in the boot. We're gonna have to boot this one. And she's right at the door. You ready? She's gonna strike as soon as I open the door. Come over here closer.
Well, sure.
What can happen?
I don't know.
Alright, come on, girl. Actually, I think that's the boy. You can get in there. He's pretty striky. Pretty upset. Not a very happy camper. Nothing is completely snake proof. Murphy's Law says that anything that can happen will happen. But we drill the holes inside these little voids. And that way, the likelihood of getting struck by a wayward fang is very low. All right, this one's hungry.
Oh.
Come here. This one's cage is actually still pretty clean. It's only pooped once. This is the prettiest one, I think.
Is this the lemon?
Yeah. Now let's get the big boy out. Big boy hasn't been out of his enclosure in a while because he's just got some girth to him. Yeah, I know, I see you. I would hate to get hit by him because he is so strong. Come on, big boy. You're alright. It's alright. He's a wild caught snake. He was little bitty when we first got him. Why are you shaking so much? I hope there's stabilization on that picture. One of the things also, whenever you're cleaning a venomous snake's enclosure, is never use your bare hands because there are fangs all in this bedding. Venomous snakes constantly lose their fangs and regrow them.
Just portions of them, or the whole
Nope,
thing?
the whole thing comes out. So people really notice with gaboon vipers, because they have fangs that are like that long, and so they find them. They actually make jewelry out of them. Rattlesnakes have fangs about this long. That big rattlesnake probably has fangs about that long. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to send you to the hospital, but it's going to be very uncomfortable because there is some venom on it, some residual venom on the fangs. And if you jab one into you, you're going to react. All right, well, I have to go do an animal trapping.
Remember when you were like, don't clean these out with your bare hand?
I'm not cleaning it out. I'm just getting this out of the track.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing in the track. I think I'm going to go do an animal trapping because I need to do it before it gets dark. And then I'll come back here. I got to buy some light bulbs so we can get some light in these. And then I'll scoop them out and we'll put the snakes back in. And then we'll get Mama Lav out and put her in the bottom.
No, I forgot about her.
The bottom container. I'm also thinking about getting some two-sided tape to secure these a little better. Since we had the one incident.
It happens one time and everyone thinks it just happens on a weekly basis.
Well, you know, if it can happen, it will eventually.
I do look through this window all the time when passing now, though.
And go, I wonder if anybody's loose in there. Scoop the poop.
You bring a baby fox to a rehabber, you set up a raccoon trap, you come back and you clear out the rattlesnake cage.
Some people don't realize what it takes to be a business owner. For this bedding, what we do is we put cat litter, clumping cat litter down at the bottom, and then we put hemp bedding, the leftover from, you know, growing cannabis or whatever it is that they're growing.
The dangers of marijuana. So what you're telling me is these rattlesnakes are high all the time.
Dub, get out of here. Get, skip, Graham, scram.
We got rattlesnakes.
Get on out of here.
Get out.
Get out. Get on out.
I do love how you use your old boots as hidey holes for them.
Hey, and you know what? If it came down to it and, you know, I had to, I could probably wear these again.
So rattlesnakes are just different than our other species of snakes that we have in regards to how we keep them habitated. Do you want to
Habitated? Is that a word?
I don't know, but you know, I'm just doing the best I can behind the camera right now, okay? I got things rattling at me right now, trying to ask you questions at the same time.
That rattle is unnerving, isn't it?
It is. I hope that's coming through. I got it right around my ankles too.
Yeah. It's like, I sure hope that lid works.
Well, so I'm going to get you on the subject matter of talking about how we handle the other reptiles, because you know how much of a discrepancy there is in the reptile community.
Oh man, reptile, any community, the dog community, the reptile community, there's so much yeah. You know, you can't pay attention to what other people say or think. You do what you want to do, and you do what you're going to do, and you just do what you're going to do. This is how I do it, and if you don't like it, don't come over here. You know, a lot of keepers that do everything so right, they overfeed their animals and they get fatty liver disease, and it shortens the life of the reptile like a lot, like half. So it's a very fine line. You know, you got to pay attention to how much the snake weighs, how thick it is. You want to pay attention to its keel, which goes down the straight of its back, and how much of a dimple there is. Because if your dimple is way up like that, their backbone is down here, that animal's way too fat. You know, this is how I do things, and this is how I like it, and this is how the animals do really well here. There you go.
Like, you're never going to find a rattlesnake just soaking in a water bowl, are you?
No, rattlesnakes don't like water. Not like that. They're not like a reticulated python or a Burmese python.
I like me a jacuzzi from time to time. It's a shame. You think they'd enjoy that?
No, rattlesnakes don't like to get their rattles wet. That's why if you've ever seen a timber rattlesnake swimming, its rattle is way up out of the water. So
is there a technique you use when you reopen these buckets at all?
Don't get bit.
Sound advice, you heard it here first.
You ready? Let's get these guys out. They ought to be nice and mad now. Rattlesnakes do not like to be displaced. Do I get boots everywhere? No, I don't. I don't have a boot in here. So, let's see. Do you remember who was in what? Isn't this the big one?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
Alright, so which one were we going to put him in? Up there, right?
Or the top left, I thought.
Yep. Alright, buddy boy. Not a very happy camper.
No, I'd say he's a little upset.
Okay, this is the caramel one. We're going to put this one up there. Let's go. I think this is the one with the extra boot, right?
Yeah. No?
She's under the boot now. I don't think I thought this all the way through.
I don't think you did either. Oh boy.
Let's go not get bit.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I like that technique better. Worry about the boot afterwards.
She usually doesn't buzz, so you know she's upset. All right, this is our little princess, the one that doesn't rattle, and the one that is the prettiest.
Bring that one to events, let the kids hold it.
All right, now we're ready for our inspection from the Missouri Department of Conservation coming Monday. They're going to inspect all of our rattlesnake enclosures. They're going to inspect all of our falconry stuff. They're going to inspect all of our class 2 and our class 3. And the Missouri Department of Conservation is the first of 3 inspections we get every summer. In most states, there are regulations on venomous. You gotta pass a test for handling and husbandry. You have to have a permit. It's $245 a year just in Missouri, just to keep venomous snakes here. Every time the sheriff's department comes out, they want to see the reptile room. They don't have any jurisdiction over me, but they just want to make sure that everything's locked and everything's secure. And I'm cool with that. And then the Missouri Department of Conservation, they come out, they check it. Jefferson County Planning and Permits, they come out, they just like to look at the snakes. They mostly look to make sure that the locks are on the venomous snakes. And then the USDA, they come out, they have no jurisdiction over this stuff, but they come out and they say, hey, you might want to do that, or hey, you might want to do this. Whatever they say, I follow it, even though it's not the law. I follow everything except for the yayas on social media. So this used to be bones. All that used to be bones.
And
just ground up calcium.
Just poop that out, eh?
Let's just poop that out.
Dub, we've had this conversation, sir. Can you please exit the room? So rattlesnakes clearly don't like buckets. Do pythons like baths, though? Does that calm her down at all?
Oh yeah, she'll be a totally different snake when she comes out of the reticulated python jacuzzi. All right, big girl, you ready? Did you have a good bath time? It's like the head will go anywhere except where it's supposed to, right?
You just need another arm.
Yep. That's all I need in life.
Silky smooth.
Yep. So, she's big and heavy.
Yeah.
And can make you out of breath in no time. But at least we mop the floor really well.
Well, how much do you estimate her weight to be at?
Yeah, she's probably about 90 pounds, maybe 100. It's hard to tell exactly how much she weighs because she's so strong, so it seems like she's throwing you around with her weight, but a lot of it's her strength. All right, well, that's another day in the reptile room. Only 30 more poopy cages to clean. Whew. But we got 5 of them done today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, see you later.
Bye. See you later. Bye. Anybody want to volunteer to mop floors?
Yeah.
Come see me.